Hi there and welcome to the EWC. 2 weeks ago, we looked at an essential skill for all watch owners, how to change a battery in a quartz watch. Today we'll be having a look at another equally essential skill, which is how to change a watch strap, whether that be a NATO strap, leather strap, silicone strap, or a metal bracelet. All of these can be swapped out in similar ways, and in this video, I'll show you how I swap them out to get the best looks for my watch. We'll be looking at my SNX S79, my Seiko 5. This watch is a true strap monster. It's great for many different combinations and for having some fun with different colors as well. Really, a watch strap can either make or break a watch, and a new fun watch strap can lead somebody to fall back in love with an old watch. That's certainly happened to me a few times with this Seiko 5. So let's get right to the table. So as you can see, we'll be working with my Seiko 5 SNX S79 today. This watch is a really great watch. It's an absolute strap monster because it's got that neutral gray dial and stainless steel case. So we'll be trying it on a plethora of straps that you'll see on the left. We have two NATO straps, one's a single pass, one's a double pass. We have a watch band, this one's leather, but the same method applies for silicone bands. And we have the Seiko bracelets. These are listed in order of difficulty in my personal opinion, so we'll have a look at how each of those are done. So the two most important pieces we need for the strap changes are the spring bars, these two spring bars right here. So as you can see, each spring bar essentially serves as a holder on which or through which these straps are held in place on the watch. If you look at the lugs of the watch, each end has holes which are where the spring bars will fit. And the reason why they're called spring bars is because they're loaded with a spring mechanism. So basically what we'll be doing is using the tools to manipulate the length of the spring bar using that spring mechanism. As you can see, just from pressing it, you can see some movement in that spring. So some other tools you'll need something that can manipulate those spring bars as I just mentioned. You can use spring bar tools like these. These have a grooved end as such, as well as a simple round pointy end. This end is used for drilled lugs, which is essentially when on the outside of the lug there is a hole where you can poke the spring bar, but this watch obviously doesn't have that. So we'll be using this grooved end to get on those spring bars. Here's a bigger, nicer spring bar that I got from a watch repair kit. One like this. You can buy them off Amazon, eBay, AliExpress, pretty much wherever. You can also use anything that's just thin and flat. So here I have a flat screwdriver. There's also a collar stay. Anything in your house that's flat and hard you can use to manipulate those spring bars. I'm going to be using this small spring bar just because I use it most often. I'll put the rest to the side for now. Last thing, here is a lint-free cloth. It's nice and soft, typically used for glasses. I just use it as a base, so when I put the watch on it and start working, the hard surface on the table doesn't scratch up or nick up the watch in any way. It's just nice having that assurance at the bottom. So let's get started by putting these spring bars into the watch. Turn the watch over, so if you nick up the lugs while you're performing this operation, it's only on the underside, which doesn't show when you're wearing the watch face up. Okay, so I am not a watchmaker, nor am I trained in watch repair in any way, so forgive me if I don't get it in on the first shot. This is just a simple thing that you could do at home. So again, using that grooved end, place it right on top of that protruding part of the spring bar, and you want to press gently until it goes into the lug like that. Now I just use my hands and sort of manipulate it until it goes into the hole. You'll hear it snap in place. Now it's nice and secure. You repeat the same thing with the other side. place one end in a hole, use the grooved end, and there it is. Okay, now you have your spring bars in the watch, but there's no strap. We're going to be working with the straps in the order that I listed them. So starting with the easiest of all is a single pass NATO strap. This is just a piece of fabric. This one is made of a seatbelt style material, and it's just one long piece, as you can see. All you have to do is take the end, pass it through between the spring bar and the case at the top, going underneath, go under, pull that through until around where the first holder is, and then you want to take the end, pass it through the other side between the spring bar and the case, all the way around, pull it so it's nice and tight, and there we go. That's a single pass NATO strap. Super simple, and you would just wrap this end and this end around your wrist like that. Alright, so removing this, same process, just reverse it. And the great thing about NATO straps is you can get so many fun combinations and colors, and they are so easy to swap in and out. So I've got this golf style strap. We now have a solid purple NATO strap. This is a double pass strap, meaning we have that one piece of fabric that goes along, but we also have this second piece underneath. Why this piece is here is essentially just to ensure an additional level of security, which is the original design of the NATO strap. I'll show you exactly what that means in a moment. So we repeat the same process as the single strap, passing this long piece through up until where the holder is, passing this back. And so here is going to be one way of wearing a NATO strap. Let's say you get a double pass, but you want to wear it like a single pass. Then what you could do is you could strap it around like this, and you would take this bottom end and you would wrap this piece through this holder. And that would essentially give you a pretty nice and slim single pass strap style. However, for a double pass, if you want it as secure as possible, you pass this end through the holder before you put it on, as such. And this would be the most secure combination you could get with this strap. Essentially, what this ensures is if one of these bars fails, you still have the other bar keeping the watch in place, and you have the other end of the strap wrapped in this keeper. So it's just so much more secure than if you had a standard band, one piece here, that's two pieces. If one fails, then that entire piece falls off and your watch is left hanging on your wrist or on the ground, which is the worst possible thing that could happen. So let's take the strap off and go on to our watch band. Again, just reversing the process. As I mentioned before, right now, I'll be using a leather strap. This one's ostrich grain, but this same procedure will work for any leather strap, any silicone strap, any nylon strap, basically anything that is two-piece like this. It's the same procedure, so I'll show you this one. We're going to have to take the spring bars off. So again, using the grooved part of the spring bar tool, you'll go in between the lug and that protruding piece, like right around there. And you would want to apply a slight amount of pressure and push the spring inwards. There we go, that's one off. So again, in between the lug and that protruding part, some pressure inwards. I like to apply pressure downwards as well. There we go. So what we do is we place the spring bars inside the strap like that. That's one. That's two. And basically you want to line up the strap with how you want it to show. So if you want this orientation, then you would put the straps in these corresponding lugs. We'll start with the top. So flip the strap over, and now it's the same process as what we did originally when putting spring bars into the lugs, except we just have an added strap now. There we go, that's one. The other strap now. There we go, that's two. And that's all. There's the Seiko 5 on a leather strap. The last and perhaps most difficult to do is a bracelet. I will show you that in just a moment. Okay, so I've taken the strap off, and again, just the same way we did after we did the NATO straps, we just take the grooved end, press, and remove. The only difference is that the strap was in the way. Sometimes you might have to squeeze the strap a little bit just to get access to the spring bar. But anyways, let's get on with the bracelets. So as you can see, I've got the two spring bars here and the bracelets. The thing with bracelets is they are not like straps. First of all, they have end links. This Seiko bracelet has hollow end links, but you would have to insert the spring bar through these end links just as you would a standard watch band. But the only thing is, instead of just inserting it through like that, you have to make sure that the bracelet is attached to these end links. So take a bracelet, one end of the bracelet like this. You would make sure the end link is positioned, and you would insert spring bar through the appropriate holes. As such. That's one end link. Now we repeat the same thing on the other side. There we go. So now the bracelet is ready to be placed on the watch. So putting the spring bars in is pretty easy now that we've done it a couple times, but make sure that the clasp is oriented the way that you want it to be. So whether you're flipping this way or this way. Right now, I like to flip outwards like that. So imagine the watch is here. Let's hold it in place. And that's how I want the bracelet to open up. So this end link would be on this end of the watch, this one on this end. So let's get that done. Again, we want to flip the watch over, which means we'll have to flip the bracelet over, make sure the end links don't fall off. There we go. We want to place the end link into the watch as much as we can, like so. Try and coax the spring bar into one of the holes. There we go. So it's kind of positioned, and now we would just repeat the same procedure we've been doing the whole time. And now that it's in, we can't actually see the holes, or at least I can't, and you would want to just wiggle the end link around until you hear a click, and now it's nice and secure. Repeat the same thing with the other end, but now because the bracelet is attached in one piece, we'll have to bring it over like this, sort of carefully insert it and do it through the hoop. This is my way of doing it. Of course, you could open up the bracelet by taking a link out or taking one of these bracelet spring bars out. I'm a bit lazy in that way, that I do it this way. But if you can't do it this way, you find it too challenging, then of course you can open up the bracelet and just close it back afterwards. So let's get that bar in. Now we're in position. And we want to put this bar into the bracelet. There we go. Okay, now let's shift it around. There's a click, and now it's secure on the bracelets. And if we put it on, you'll notice that the clasp is in the way that I want it to be. So that's all you need to know about changing watch bracelets and watch straps. I hope you enjoyed this video, and let's go right back to the camera so we can end off. So that was how I changed my straps on my Seiko 5 watch. The same method applies to all my other watches as well, as they all have removable spring bars as such.
In terms of where I get my watch straps from, usually I buy from Amazon. There's some great selections by Hadley Romo for quality leather straps at reasonable prices. They're good. If you saw my Seiko 5K X video, the straps included in there are rubber straps from Formosa. Those are great as well. The two you can get from Amazon. I also buy from a Swedish site called cheapestnatostraps.com. Great selection of very, as the name suggests, cheap straps. The NATO straps are certainly the best. They're good quality, they're durable, their seatbelt and elastic straps are very nice in terms of material as well. They have leather straps and silicone straps too. They're not the best quality, but they certainly look good and they're certainly cheap. So I recommend having a look at them as well. So share in the comments, what are your experiences with one, changing straps? How do you do it? Would you do something differently from what I did today? 2, where do you buy your straps? What kind of straps appeal to you and what do you look for in a good strap? Is it price? Is it quality? Is it design? Let me know all of that down in the comments and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much for watching the Everyday Watch Collector. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel to help others find our videos as well. It really means a lot to me personally and goes a long way to helping the channel grow. Cheers.